We're visiting, guys. They called it. No, I called it. It was a rig. It was a rig toss. Everybody up here. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Hollis.
Boy, dive now. There. I don't want to time that pitch.
Man, don't put that.
What inning are we in?
The real thing about senior softball, besides the competition, I'm going to be very, very honest with you, is the people. These guys are all the same age. They came up in the same environments, knew the same songs. They were influenced by the same things that occurred in the country. And so we have this commonality that when we get together, we know what each other went through.
Back then, you know, times were different, and all my softball buddies, we'd tell these stories to each other. You got in a fight or something at school, you went up and the principal says, you want the licks or you want me to call your dad? And you just say, yeah. I said, my handprints was on the wall at the principal's office. I knew where to, and nowadays you get arrested by a resource officer and you get cuffed and you get assault charge. You know, it's just things are so much different. And those guys all relate to the way we grew up. Our mom and dad said get outside and stay outside, and you found things to do. You didn't have to entertain. You didn't sit in the house and watch TV, you know. And so all these guys relate to that.
When Evel Knievel jumped the Snake River Canyon, you say that to a 20-year-old, they don't have a clue. But you say that to a 60-year-old and they're like, yeah, I remember that. You know, well, hey, I happened to be there that day. John Wayne, people don't know who John Wayne is. I mean, we see a lot of things like that. You know, I watched the program the other day, The Rifleman. Hey, I was 7 years old the first time I saw that. It made an impression on me. I wanted to shoot a rifle like The Rifleman, right? You know, when I say The Rifleman or Sky King or Fury or any of these type things, to somebody my age, they know exactly what I'm talking about because they came up at the same time and they were watching the same things on TV and they experienced the same things. So that commonality is just really cool to have.
All right, Bobby, pitch him hard, baby.
I know it did.
Right here, Hollis in it right here. Let's go.
Ah, let's go.
Turn it. Yes, sir. Hey.
We gotta have seven. We gotta have seven right now.
Let's face it, it's like you take a time, the sand clock, and you flipped it over. And we can see where our life's going. I mean, if you know, we're in our 60s. So if we're a calendar, we're in October, okay? You know,
Damn.
we're in October, and so your priorities change. I mean, I've always been an aggressive, hard-charging businessman. We're trying to do this, we're trying to build, we're dragging everybody with us. But when it really comes down to it, what do you have at the end of your life?
Yeah.
And it comes back to what you were talking about, the dash. What does the dash mean?
Yeah, it's
What's between that birth and what's between that death?
The dash. I read of a man who stood to speak at the funeral of a friend. He referred to the dates on her tombstone from the beginning to the end. He noted that first came the date of her birth and spoke of the following date with tears. But he said what mattered most of all was the dash between those years. For that dash represents all the time that she spent alive on this earth, and now only those who loved her knew what that little line is worth. For it matters not how much we own, the cars, the house, the money, the cash. What matters is how we live and love and how we spend our dash. So think about this long and hard. Are there things you'd like to change? For you never know how much time is left. They can still be rearranged. If we could just slow down enough to consider what's true and real, and always try to understand the way other people feel. And to be less quick to anger and show appreciation more and love the people in our lives. Like we never loved before. If we treat each other with respect and more often wear a smile, remembering that this special dash might only last a little while. So when your eulogy is being read with your life's action to rehash, would you be proud of the things they'd say about how you spent your dash?